Hey superstars, it's your best friend Scott. Welcome back to Marker Doodle Monday. Today we are drawing the Splinted Splinter, Mr. Ted Williams, from my bestie Dan over at Old Sarge Collects. And some of you are asking, but didn't we just do some Ted Williams art? And yeah, I did, but that was a painting and this is a doodle, and some people like the paintings better and some people like the doodles better, and I like to do both. It keeps things interesting. At the beginning of the year, Dan told me he wanted doodles of all the members of the first class of the Baseball Hall of Fame, which I thought was a fantastic idea. We did the Ty Cobb and the Babe Ruth, and I was all set to do the rest. I wanted to space them out because other people were waiting for doodles too, but along the way, Dan's changed his mind, which I was absolutely cool with. Somebody else had also asked for Honus Wagner, so I'll be able to accommodate him this year. And if I'm being honest, I don't think there's as much love for Christy Mathewson and Walter Johnson as there should be, and maybe those wouldn't sell as well. I am running a business here, but it came down to, Dan decided to focus more on the players that he feels more connected to. This episode of Marker Doodle Monday is brought to you by the number 9. Apparently all the greats wore number 9. Dan wore number 9 in Little League. My father-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my nephew all wore number 9. Reggie Jackson wore number 9. The natural Roy Hobbs wore number 9. And Teddy Ballgame wore number 9. So Dan and I thought it would be cool to do a piece showing off, you guessed it, that number 9. And as a service member, Dan also appreciates that Ted Williams put his country first and gave up time during his career to serve as a Marine pilot during World War II and the Korean War. This is my third Ted Williams doodle over the years, and as I mentioned before, we just did a more serious oil painting. But I love that we can juxtapose these kind of silly doodles with Ted Williams, who was anything but silly. He was kind of a scientist of hitting. Even with his 5 years in military service, he played 19 incredible years with the Red Sox. He was the last player to hit over 400 in a season, hitting 406 in 1941. He obsessively studied the strike zone, notably dividing it into 77 segments to understand his optimal hitting areas. He hit 521 home runs. He had 2 Triple Crowns, 2 MVPs, and a career batting average of 344. Just crazy, crazy numbers. He was probably the greatest pure hitter baseball has ever seen. Sales pitch time. Old Sarge commissioned and bought this original art, but as usual, I am offering some signed and numbered custom cards with this art, and those are available in my Etsy store while supplies last, and the link is in the description below. You should buy one because there's nothing more American than baseball and Ted Williams and supporting commerce and small businesses run by guys who draw Ted Williams playing baseball. Yeah. USA, USA, USA. Excuse me, I got carried away there. There's our man Teddy, probably slapping a double into the gap. Big thanks again to Dan for sponsoring this one, and of course thank you guys for watching. I'll be back next week with a Hall of Fame oil painting. In the meantime, please take good care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you real soon.